Hey, what's up, guys? MGH here. Welcome back to another episode of the QPR Road to Glory. And this feels really old school. No camera, just pure highlights. We're going through, I want to say it's 9 or 10 matches today. And we're going to get to the transfer window and we're going to finish off the group stages of the Champions League. I'm just going for it with, I think it's about 15, 16 minutes of just highlights. And I hope you guys are okay with that. And I'm sorry I didn't post yesterday. We're back today. And things are looking pretty good so far this season. So I'm hoping in this episode we can just continue that. However, genuine mistake here. I promise you. I swear to you. I went in to customize the kits. And I pressed the button before that, which was this. You know, the play highlights rubbish. And it doesn't even come up with a warning. If you press it, you go in. So I couldn't even say no thank you and then go back into the customized settings. I don't know. So what you're seeing here is the highlights feature. Isn't it amazing? I think, genuinely, this might be the worst thing they have ever added to career mode. And that's saying a lot. Play highlights, and it's just the same stuff every time. A random penalty that appears out of nowhere, which you had no control over. Oh, look, we're in the 81st minute now. Watch this. This is a Tottenham attack. Skip turns to his right, passes it forward, and Doig's there just to take it. What's the point? But we get on the counter-attack here. Can we equalise with 10 minutes to go? They're actually down to 10 men. Here we go. Elliott, through on goal, hits it. Cucurella's enough to kind of put him off there. Oh, and that's it. And they had 2 red cards at the end. So, yeah, apologies for that. That was my mistake, and we lost. So, off to a great start. Anyway, back into the Champions League now, up against Salzburg. Doig, within 11 minutes, we're 1-0 up. That's what you can do when you actually play the game properly. Honestly, okay, fine. If you want to put the play highlights feature in the game, EA, fine. But please, when you click it, put up like a little warning, like, are you sure you want to play the highlights or whatever? Yeah, kind of frustrating, but oh well. We're into the next one here, and we're 2-0 up. We're absolutely smashing Salzburg. But I think that was to be expected. Although they did pull one back here. And I did start to think, ooh, this could be a little bit tricky. So Barcelona, of course, are favourites in my group. And I'm trying to just keep up with them. We lost to them, of course, which hasn't helped. So dropping points here would be very, very bad news. And we've gone from leading this game 2-0, playing really well, good football, to now conceding an equaliser, which is a really good goal, by the way. Love this. Slight touch there from Trafford. Into the dying moments of the game. I was hoping I could get one last attack, but no, we've dropped points at home to the worst team in the group. So as we go into that final game, which will be against Benfica, we're actually we're in a bit of danger here. If Benfica beat us, we're out. So that will be an absolutely huge game. But to be fair, 2 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. It isn't the worst return ever that I've seen in a group stage. So I'm feeling relatively confident that we should be able to go to Benfica. It is away from home in Portugal and get those 3 points. But of course, Barcelona have already qualified and that one is done and dusted. So 1 more game left in the Champions League group stage. Let's focus on the Premier League. It has been a little bit up and down at times. We're up against Bournemouth here. And I don't really know what to say about this one. The ball just bouncing around in the box there. And, of course, it ends up with Bournemouth slamming it home. So we're 1-0 down after 20 minutes here, looking to try and get an equaliser. Angel Gomez finds Elliott, finally back from that injury and actually getting some good game time here. Briggs into Angel Gomez again. Just passing it around, waiting for a gap to appear. And there is the gap. And Zaroury, that is one hell of a hit with his weak foot as well. This guy playing through the middle as a number 10, it has been a revelation putting him back in that position. And what a strike there. Just, again, to remind you, he's right-footed. That was his left. Unbelievable strike. Here is Hassan, who, of course, was moved over to the left side, and he provides a great assist for Elliott. And actually, what I've realised is Elliott is pretty good playing through the middle as well. At times in this episode, he is playing as a striker. So just remember that. Every now and again, he pops up in that central position, and he's very good. Later on in the game, though, I did move him out to the right when Said came on. Rutter's, of course, injured, so I needed to rotate my players around, and Said being 72 rated, not great. or 73 rated. Either way, though, Elliott steps in and does a great job in this game as striker and as a right winger. Gets 2 goals. It's a 3-1 win, and we're back to winning ways. We'll move on into the next one now. It is Liverpool. Home game against Liverpool, and they're not doing so great in the league. Or is that... hang on. I'm trying to get my bearings here, because I recorded this about 3 days ago. I'm not going to lie to you. Great goal, by the way, from Arroyo. I've not heard of this guy. I don't know if he's a regen or if he's, a good young player that I just haven't heard of. What a finish that was. I'm just trying to remember, were Liverpool doing well in this? Was it this season or last season? They were mid-table for a while. This is the problem when you get so far in now. We're in the 5th season, so it's hard to track it sometimes. But what a goal from Hassan there. I think this is one of my favourite finishes in the game, when they leap and volley it, side-footing it, whether it's behind them, in front of them. It's such a satisfying goal to watch. Here is Zaroury on his left foot again, but this time puts it wide. But it's okay. We're still 1-0 against Liverpool here. We're going into the final 20 minutes or so. Mumba, who came on in midfield, finds a pass forward to Briggs, who gives it to Sharda. And that is how you finish it, guys. 2-1 with 14 minutes remaining. Are we going to be able to hold on against a very good Liverpool side that might be struggling, if I remember correctly, this season? They haven't made the best signings. I think they signed Rodrigo in Season 1 or Season 2, and he's always been very good. But they weren't able to get a goal back, and we do get the 3 points again. So we're starting to build a little bit of momentum here. And now we come up against Nottingham Forest. 8 minutes in, Elliott probably could have done better with the header. He was playing up front in this game, by the way. Here is Zaroury. Finds a great ball up to Hassan, but I should have put more power into that. Or maybe took one extra touch and shifted it over to the right side. We're in again, though. Zaroury, surely this time. Nope. Pacho gets his body in the way. How is it 0-0? We take the free kick short here. Getting towards the end of the second half. We're almost running out of time. And Rankin, what are you doing? I'm still mad at this. I held the left trigger so he would hit it with the outside of his right foot. And instead he does a ridiculous flick. I can't believe he did that. Still towards the end of the second half here, trying to find that winning goal. Koulibaly steps up and nicks it. Elliott gives it to Saeed. And as a second half sub goes, it doesn't get much better. He's brought on with a few minutes left and he scores the winner. And now we're into the biggest game of the season so far. Win this and we are through in the Champions League. And we're coming up against a good Benfica side. And by the way, their stadium is glorious. And I think there's a reason I love their stadium. It reminds me of the Emirates. Honestly, if you look at their stadium and the Arsenal Emirates Stadium, it's very similar. I love it. Now here is Zaroury punching through their defence. And it's another left-footed strike. 1-0 up after 17 minutes. I needed that. Just settle the nerves a little bit. If I got knocked out here, I'd be seriously worried for my job, honestly. It wouldn't surprise me if my manager rating would drop really low. How that isn't a foul, by the way, I don't know. But Canales back in the team. Angel Gomez, brilliant strike. And now it's 2-0. And we're looking pretty good here. Just get the win. Even a draw would be enough to secure the round of 16 passage. And here is Saeed getting more game time. He deserved the start today. And that is a very nicely composed finish. Very happy with that. I think it's time that Saeed gets a little bit more time in the game. He's a very, very good player. He's just not, obviously, anywhere near the levels of injured Rutter and, of course, Sharda as well. But that is a really tidy goal. To make it 3-0 as well, we were looking very good. But we did concede a goal in the second half here, which absolutely should have been saved. I'm not sure why Trafford struggled with that one. Oh, and by the way, at this point, because I've got a couple of injuries, I actually had Giles playing left wing. And can I just say, he did really well. He's not involved in this goal, but Saeed does get his second of the game. It's 4-1 now. Great assist there from Douglas Luiz. But Giles on the left wing really surprised me. You can see he's bombing forward here. Saeed with a lovely ball over the top. It's going to be 2 goals and 1 assist for Saeed. But Giles, what a finish. Genuinely surprised me. But then when you look at his stats, he could easily be a winger. He's got some really good attacking stats. So there we are, confirmation of our win, and we can have a look at the group stages here. Monaco and United going through. Barcelona, of course, winning their last game. They go through along with us in second place. Salzburg only managed to get 1 point, unlucky. Inter and PSG going through, both on 15 points. Pretty tight. And then we're going to go into the group of death. Bayern Munich and Atletico Madrid going through. Roma really struggling against those two. And Panathinaikos, yeah. Man City going through with 9 points. Same with Leipzig, but they still have a game to play. So we don't know what's going to happen in these groups here. Dortmund and Milan definitely going through. But we don't know who's going to win the group. In Group G, Arsenal looking comfortable there. They've won it. Napoli and Rangers fighting for the second spot. And then finally, in Group H, oh no, I missed it. I think I've accidentally cut that off. Oh well, we'll check that next time. Rutter is back from his injury, which is great news. And there's 25 million almost for next season. Very nice. But yeah, Rutter is back, but he's not fit to play just yet. And we're up against Newcastle here. I would have loved him to be fit for this one. I went with Sharda instead. But you'll notice the lighting was awful in this game. And I don't know if it's the monitor I play on, but I was really struggling. So I actually decided to jump into the sim for this one. I was feeling confident that pretty much my first team would be able to get the result here. And quite literally moments after jumping into the match sim, we conceded. And then shortly after that, we conceded again. And it's Isak into that top right corner. We're 2-0 down. And I'm just thinking, right, that's probably enough, right? It's game over. And then you get a red card as well. It's definitely over. Half-time 2-0. I just decided press triangle or circle, whatever it is. And we finished the game 2-0 down. So it's a loss. And next time, don't play Newcastle in green. Their green shirt very much matches the grass. Anyway, into the EFL Cup now. As you guys know, I'm simming my way as far as I can go. This is pretty much my second and third choice team. And we get knocked out on penalties. I couldn't believe it. We had slightly better stats than them, but Henry stepped up to take our 8th penalty and missed it. And it looks like West Ham are through, and it's going to be City and either United or Liverpool. So we miss out, unfortunately. Up against Arsenal now. Saka in some very good form down that right side. The number 7, they've got Lukaku. Medina, big fan of Medina. And you'll see in this game he has a pretty good performance. But we start off strongly here. Ramsdale not doing very well in goal. Where's Raya when you need him? Is Ramsdale going to go? I think he is, guys. And I'm kind of sad about it. I do like him. I think he's going to end up at Newcastle. But Arsenal 1-0 down here, but they do pull one back. And it is Medina. Very well-rounded midfielder. I remember looking at him thinking he could be quite a good player. But he's ended up at Arsenal and he's actually done some damage against us here at the Emirates. Feels like we're playing at the Emirates for the second time in this game. Genuinely, I couldn't believe how similar the Benfica Stadium was. But Zaroury's in, and I've tried to chip Ramsdale, and it's completely gone off over the bar there. Real shame. That would have been a tidy goal. Still 1-1 though. Saliba manages to turn me. The Arsenal captain has just scored a striker's goal. And fun fact, Saliba has said it in a few interviews. He used to play as a striker, so it doesn't surprise me that he's got this in his game. But he's definitely a better defender than striker. At least, I think so. 2-1 down, winning the ball back in their half, deep in their half. Can we pull back an equaliser with just a few minutes left? Hassan trying to pick out someone in the box. And Rutter started this game, by the way. And that was really good news to have him finally back. Our number 9 is back. But we weren't able to get an equaliser, guys. And we have lost at Arsenal. Oh, what a shame. My beloved Arsenal beat me. No, but honestly, that sucks. I've been very inconsistent in this episode in the league. And we've started poorly here against Everton as well. Cabral, what a finish that is. Everton, one of those bogey teams I found. I always seem to have tough games here. And here is Hassan. And this is very similar to the goal we conceded earlier in the episode. Hassan this time with the finesse shot. And it just glides into that top right corner. Oh, it's beautiful. I really, really like Hassan on that left wing. And by the way, the 4-2-3-1 in general, really, really enjoying it. Here come Everton again, though. I finally got back in the game. And that is disgusting. How dare you? Janelt, I think that was. And it's Cabral again with the finishing touch. But it's okay. Saeed was in this one. He's going to get a goal, right? Surely. He picks out a pass for Zaroury just after the break here. Still 2-1 down. Still fighting, though. Janelt gives it to Garner, who loses it. Bruno G picks it up. Zaroury pushing forward. Up here to Elliott, who does have a knock. And it is an 8-day injury, by the way, before I forget to mention that. He's out for 8 days after this game, but I took him off. Canelo came on. Not Canelo. Canales, sorry. And we've almost equalised in the last minute there. We're going to go short. And I wish I didn't, because this cross is woeful. And there's Schürrle. Maybe if he could have got that shot off, maybe it could have gone through the defenders. Maybe it would have troubled the keeper, but unfortunately not. And then they're going to clear it, and it's another loss. I cannot believe it. How? How are we losing so many games? We'll go ahead and check out the standings in a moment, but bad news. Douglas Luiz wants to leave, guys, and I kind of saw this coming. Of course, we brought in Bruno G, who's an upgrade in pretty much every department, and Douglas Luiz, who is a crucial first-team player, isn't getting enough time. So it literally was inevitable, and we're going to have to sort this out in tomorrow's episode. And here is a look at the table. We've dropped into 6th. However, a win will get us a little bit closer to Brighton there. So it's absolutely vital we beat Chelsea in the next episode. Man City are at the top. And yes, I did remember correctly. Liverpool are struggling this season. They're not even in the top 6, top 7, or even top 8. Who knows what's going on there. But thank you for watching this episode. I know it's a little bit shorter than usual and a little bit different. Nothing live, just pure old school, over-the-top commentary. And I hope you've enjoyed it. And I will see you in the next episode, guys.